What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we have got another awesome video planned. I had just picked up some of this 5/8 hosing for the drain line on the turbo here, and if you recall, last time I had put in that fitting into the oil pan. So I'm still waiting on parts, but as you can see, we're getting one step closer. I think I will have to heat up the hose a little bit so it's a little more flexible, but we'll see. One reason why I went with this versus like the heater hose, well, the only reason I went with it is because they did not have this in stock. So I was like, you know what, this is kind of cool anyways. It is the braided, so it should hold up to heat pretty well, and you'll be able to see the oil, you know, running through it, which might be kind of cool. But on a side note, let's just take a look stacked up at all the different turbos we have here. We've got one turbo here, we've got two, and we have 3, 4, 5, and parts of a 6th one. So we've got 5 working turbos in here at the moment, and to be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with them. I did just get the drain line on here. Alright guys, well, after a little bit of grinding, I've got a perfect little channel right through here for some intercooler piping. I may have to grind it out a little bit bigger, you know, maybe curve this up a little and then cut a little more into that. But all in all, I think it's perfect. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pop the intercooler back up here and we'll see how it looks. I've got a heat lamp here for the epoxy down there, but it all looks like it's curing good. And that's really, for tonight, all I can really do until some more parts, until the turbo spacer gets here. There's not much more I can do. Well, as you can see, I got the hole right there for the intercooler piping. Tomorrow should be sticking the turbo on, and this should be all set up and dry and ready to rock and roll. Welcome back. It is the next night. I have just finished picking up a whole bunch of 2.5 inch piping. I was gonna take this manifold off, but the bolts are rusted pretty bad, and I don't want to risk stripping out the bolts or anything like that just for time's sake. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mark a line, cut it, and then just rotate it around. I can get it close enough because I can let it sit here. So once I get it there, I'll mock it up. Now all I've got to do is I've got to figure out the angles. Alright guys, something I noticed as I started welding was that I believe this is actually cast iron. If you know anything about welding, like cast iron is super tricky to weld. It can be done, but it's typically hard without getting it, without it cracking. Cracking, it gets, I guess, too hot. And then just kind of stress cracks and breaks off. However, I think I successfully got this welded up, but it's pretty sloppy. Alright guys, just an update. I did tack weld this up right here, and I think I've got the placement right on where it should be. I will just need to get a longer flex hose down there, and I've got the piping over here right there for the intercooler. As soon as I get these 90-degree boots, that will shoot in there, and once I get the spacer, really everything now is based on getting the spacer, the turbo placement, and let's just get a little surprise sneak peek in here. The turbo is probably gonna be somewhere around that height, which is gonna be outside of the hood. But you can see the intercooler piping is pretty much perfect. So, but I really can't do much until some more parts come in. So unfortunately, parts are my holdup, and shipping times are ridiculous. So who knows when I'll actually get these parts in. But I am definitely hoping sooner than later so I can take this little boy for a rip and see how it does. I still am trying to think of a good nickname for this truck. I haven't named it yet, but it's gonna be a certified ripper, I think. And who knows, if we blow this up, might be just time for a rebuild and bigger batter, bigger injectors, bigger injection pump, stuff like that. So we'll see what all this leads to, but I sure am hoping that we can rip with this on here for a little bit, and probably won't try to be too hard on it at first. See how it handles and takes the more power and boost. And like I said, man, one of the most exciting parts is going to be getting this big intercooler piping in there, because it's, you know, twice the size of the other intercooler piping. So we'll get tons more air, better flow all the way around. So I'm excited, and I'm super happy with the progress we got done today. And we'll see you on the next video.